Hello, hello, hello. Alec, you know what I'm saying? The all-seeing father himself. All right, let me chill. Um, this is essentially just a mini ABA crash course. I really have nothing else to say except it's a mini ABA crash course. I was really at first doing this to piss you off. I saw you were mad. You're saying how am I doing this? I'm the golden child. Yeah, all this shit. I say it about myself, but not openly. That's too much glazing. Self glaze is not always the greatest thing to do. But the second reason I see potential in you. You're like a Megami. You definitely have potential. I don't know if you really give a fuck. I also don't give a fuck. You can look at the video, get mad. At least you satisfied one of the goals. And fucking turn it off, not give a fuck. You could do that. But I definitely see you being able to be a top five, top three, whatever the fuck frame you got, whatever y'all do. Top five gamer, I would say. Because this is not only just for ABA. These lessons can go for any game. Most of them can. Most of them. Most of them. And just for example, in Naeem's case, let's say you and Naeem, when I see y'all fight, I notice one or two things. One, Naeem is obviously the more mechanically gifted player. When it comes to mechanics, Naeem understands them more, he does them more, he's able to execute them better. That's just because Naeem has been playing the game longer than you, I would assume. Um, he's also played with me longer, so he's learned more from me. Okay, and I feel like Naeem is just a mechanically better player when it comes to this stuff. And that's the first thing. You got to be able to admit when someone's better than you at certain things. And Nine just has the mechanics in his back, right? But you are the more cognitive player. Your mental abilities, I can see, are stronger than Nine's. Nine is a little slow. You know, we both can say that Nine is a little slow at times, but it shows in his cognitive ability to play games. And this is where I'm going to try and put this all together to try and give you a way to kind of grow as a player, an easy guide that doesn't involve me sitting in your face telling you what to do over and over again. Because at the end of the day, you move at your own pace. That makes sense. And get to the first topic. We're going to start off with mechanics, ABA mechanics. So to start off with mechanics, um, the first mechanic that I want to say is really important is knowing your M1s. Okay, this is where there's a lot of different M1 strings you can do. You have, I'm gonna probably name them all. I probably have one of these wrong, the name wise, but you're gonna get a visual representation. Of course, you have laddering, your down slams, your kickbacks, up flinks, your normal kickbacks, and that's really like the base M1 strings you want to learn. Laddering is the first one. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold space on your fourth and 1. So when you're going to M1 someone, you 1, 2, 3. And when you're doing that fourth and 1, you want to hold space. It's very simple. A lot of people don't know this. I don't know if you do this, but just to save you time, if you hold M1, you can actually, you don't have to fucking click 4 times. You can hold M1, and when you hit on the third time, just hold space. It is that simple, okay? It'll make combos a lot easier on your brain because you're not just spamming M1 trying no. You can just hold M1, and when you see that on the left side of your screen, there's always going to be a combo marker. When you see that hit 3, if that's what you do it, you can't just, if you don't know 3 muscle memory, just hold space, you get your standard laddering combo. Obviously, a lot of people do the 2. I don't do the 2. I feel like there's no purpose. That is just out of the ordinary. I'd rather just get the 3 on the count. Simple as that. Um, And into laddering, you have your arm ones. Now, you've probably done these accidentally. When you're going into the air, if you hold space and wait for a couple seconds, you can get some more M1s. You get your arm ones. These are not true. As you can see at the dummy, he turns green for a second. That whole window is a chance for someone to slip out and fuck you up. You want to avoid green. That's it. It's the biggest thing. We'll get into that later, but you want to avoid the green. Next is down slams. Obviously, same thing. Boom. You have your down slam where you can just do it on the ground. You don't have to ladder. And with this down slam, actually, funny enough, one of the cool techie things you can do to someone is if you M1 in the air, you do like kind of like a fake ladder and then you dash over. You can kind of hit them with that. It's not working on the dummy. I don't know why. Probably because I'm waiting too long. But as you can see, if you time it right, you can do it as soon as you fall and catch them. This is a good way to catch turtles. We're going to get into that later. But it's also something you can do. You have your kickbacks, which you have your normal kickback, which is just 5 and 1s. And then you have your upward kickback, which is just kickback. And then finally, you have your uplinks. This is probably one of the easier ones to do. 4 and 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold space on your 5th and 1 since I'm flying in the air. A little thing that I've noticed, and I want to tell you because this is very important to know. Each one of these ending combos has different damage, okay? So your down slams have 1 damage. As you can see there, it does 1 damage. That's it, right? So when you're doing a combo, okay, you're usually going to use your down slams just the combo extend. You're not going to use your down slams for more. You're going to just get the quick, keep it red, keep it going. You're not going to do much else off that, okay? Because you're only getting 1 damage from down slam. You're not doing your down slam for the damage. Never do that, okay? Instead, when you need extra damage, okay, you instead keep holding space, kick back. Remember that. You're going to want to practice that because that is going to be necessary. That's 5 extra damage that you could have got that you missed out on just because you wanted to down slam. Look cool. You're not going to be able to do shit off that. You might get punished for it too if they catch you, right? They catch you lacking. One of the greatest ways to just chip extra damage is just a normal kickback because it's 8, okay? And we're going to get into some attack with that. We're going to get into attack with that. That's sweet, right? Then, like I said, you have your upflings, only 4.5. So, after all, you have your down slams, they do 1. Your kickbacks, they do 8. And then your upward ones do 6, with your upflings doing 4.5, right? Simple stuff, really simple. Just remember those numbers. If I'm not feeling lazy, I put them on the screen somewhere like a little chart. I really don't give that much of a fuck to do it. Hopefully you hear it, play it back, listen, write it down, do something. I don't give a fuck what you do. Once again, one thing I do want to show you is a hidden tech in ABA, which a lot of people don't know about. Although they play this game, a lot of people don't know about this. It's called damage drop off. You may ask, what the fuck is damage drop off? Okay, so I'm gonna show you with one of my favorite characters. I have him gold. If I M1 you with this character, you're pretty much fucked, right? It's basically damage drop off is after a combo exceeds a certain length of combo extenders, just comboing. What happens is, if I can get it to fucking work here and not be a bot. There you go. You see how my M1s are doing 2 damage now instead of the 4, 2.12? That's because damage drop off. When combos get too long, they cut your damage in half. Basically, so 90% of the infinite combos that did work, I don't know when you started playing ABA. I don't know how long it was since you started. But before they did this update, every character damn near had 1 combo because damage numbers never dropped off. You were always doing that 4 damage, and that shit stacks when you're getting hit a lot. Now, a lot of long character combos need to be reinvented in different ways because they're just too long. You get the damage drop off, you're not getting a kill. You're just not. And there's characters now that do these combos very shorter, easier. You're going to keep that in mind, okay? And I think that's it for mechanics. You can run it back. Like I said, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, when I come into this game, I'm going to beat the shit out of you every time unless you get better. And unless you just try a little harder. So I don't give a fuck. You don't watch the video, you don't get better than me. You don't get the respect that someone else might get. Okay. So we're gonna go to our next topic. I'm gonna switch characters because it's easier to show with a different character than, well, it's not, but we'll get to that. So the next, I guess, topic is cognitive abilities, which I said you have the edge over someone like Nine, who I think is one of the better gamers out of your group. You have the edge over him in that. What does that mean? Read you definition. Cognitive means relating to the process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. And basically, to boil that down, to make it a little simple, is just your ability to be able to think, what you've done, and how you perceive it. Okay. I low key switched to Doppio here. It's a little pause. This is a pun. Doppio has. I don't know if you watch JoJo fully, but Doppio has 2 personalities. But you probably can understand it. Is just mind shit. Let me stop. Get back to what I was doing. So there's 3 cognitive abilities that are really important in BA. And this is where it gets more into the point of like, okay, you understanding these makes you a better player for multiple different games. This is why I said earlier, if I didn't, well, now I'm gonna say it now. This will also help you in different games. These cognitive abilities And most of the time, understanding these mechanics help you in different games because you understand them and you can put two and two together. It makes you easier to exploit these mechanics. The first one is why I switched to Doppio is pattern recognition. This is essentially being able to recognize similar styles, similar abilities. Basically, be able to put two and two together like, oh, this is the same thing. I can abuse that. So I'm going to show you an example. So Smack, for example, for Doppio is simply just your down slam skill. This is the simplest way I can put it. Your down slam skill, 30 damage, easy, combo extender, blah, blah, blah. You can do whatever the fuck you want off of that. Okay? Now, let's say you switch to a character like fucking... Ah, shit. I was supposed to have a character in mind. My bad. Let's switch... Let's do Endeavor, right? Let's do Endeavor. Endeavor example is an entirely different character, wholly different roster. Similar move though. As you can see here, has the down slam skill, right? You see how they both have the same skill in a sense to where they do the same mechanic. I could pull another character out the hat. They have that same mechanic, that same down slam mechanic. You want to look for that in characters. For example, Aizen is another character. I'm going to keep going. I'm not. I'm going to stop at Aizen, but you get the point. Aizen, for example, also has that, true power, down slam mechanic. You can get a little combo off that if you catch him, blah, blah, blah. Okay, with that being said, being able to recognize that these three moves are the same means, okay, when I use this character, I can put this together, use it the same way damn near as I use Doppio, or use the same way as I use, right? Which, Aizen, you get the down slam, get the combo extend. As you can see, it's red throughout that whole thing. It's free. Same thing with every character. You just put two and together and you use them the same way. So that way, it's not like, okay, you're not struggling on the spot. Like, oh shit, this is the same down slam skill as such and such. And you probably already knew this, you might. But we getting a little depth here, okay? Which, that being said, this also, pattern recognition also is not just for that. Pattern recognition is also good for defense. That's where I think you strike as a player. You're a more defensive player. Although you can play offensively, your defense is going to be better. It's better because you're able to think faster than most people. And when I tell you that, I mean that shit. No bull. And you hearing it from the go himself. Let me chill. I'm doing too much. So, for example, Pain is a character that I'm just pull out the hat defensively. Okay. Knowing how Pain works, knowing if you can remember, this is another thing. Memory is also really good, but it's not as important. You know Pain's kit. If you know Pain has this beam, you know Pain has the pull. If you get pulled by Pain, okay, this is what I mean. When most pull skills, they have a window where you can get out of there, and if you know a character has a pull skill, you can know, like, okay, I gotta watch out for that. Pain's pull is especially easy because if you're far enough away, it's true. It is not true until I get the grab off, meaning you can block anywhere between that line. I don't know why I'm giving you sauce to beat my ass, but I realize that might be a little stupid. Okay? That is the same for damn near every grab, okay? Except, well, actually, no, it's not, because Pain is the only grab that's really, like, truly counterable. Same thing for, like, for example, another character with a grab that has a really retarded grab that you're going to have to deal with is One Punch Man, right? You're going to notice the pattern. They have a grab, okay? When you're dealing with this nigga, come over here, just a tackle, grab, right? It's a true grab, not like Pain's, but it is not like Pain's where if I just throw it out raw, and that's another thing. I should have said that in mechanics. Well, we're gonna get to that later, actually. I feel like that's a better topic for next time. But as you can tell, if you know a character has a grab and you understand that you can put two and two together, how am I gonna play against this character? If I know that he can throw a grab at me, but it's Pain's grab where it's true, okay, I'm gonna watch out for that. If it's a grab like, let's say, One Punch Man's, I know, for example, that once I do these M1s, I'm stuck, okay? So I need to play a little bit more defensively. Now, not too much. Not too much to where you get punished, like I said. Everybody got guard breaks and shit like that. You will get punished. But you need to put two and two together defensively, and it allows you to make better decisions based on the character, instead of sprawling in a fucking circle because you don't know what he's going to throw out. Remember what these characters have. Yoriichi is one of Nime's fucking favorite characters to use. Yoriichi's brain dead as fuck. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the sauce. If you watch it, if you get to this, commend you. I'm going to show you the sauce. This is all Naeem has to do to kill you. You know, I charge you one combo and I fuck up. Okay. This is all Naeem has to do to kill you. This is all he has to do. Tried to teach him this shit. He didn't want to learn it. So, I don't know. I mean, he can learn it. He's learned it, but he doesn't know how to put it in an aspect in game. But that's all Ninth has to do to kill you. That's it. It's literally a simple all red combo with Yoriichi. Pull out my hat. I can do it at any time. I could fuck you up with it. I can do it multiple different ways. And like I said, pattern recognition. If I know Yoriichi has a down slam skill, I'm gonna remember, okay, use that to get Yoriichi has a grab skill, remember that. Use it in a way similar to a grab, simple as that. Pattern recognition is probably the longest cognitive ability, but I think this is the easiest one to train. Next is reaction time. Yeah. Reaction time is a little different. You can't really train it. You could train reaction time, but most people are born with a set reaction time that they are capped at. I'm not going to get into like caps of gaming and how you might reach your ceiling and how somebody might still be going, but their ceiling might be low. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. But reaction time is as simple as, can you react to this? If I throw a ball at you, can you react to the ball if you see it? If you see it coming, are you able to react to it? You know, like, are you able to? Okay, and then which goes in hand, which is the third one, and the final one is processing speed. Okay, processing speed is simple. All right, you reacted to the ball. Processing speed is essentially how your brain thinks, how your brain functions. Can you process that I used the baller, that I have baller on cooldown? Can you practice that I'm down a combo extender? Did you practice my HP? I said practice. Did you process my HP? Did you process all of these different things? How your mind can take all this information and put it to one is your processing speed and how fast it can do it. How fast can you process? I just threw a fucking ball out at you, and now I'm finna jump into your mouth with a slice combo extender, give you a little poke damage. Because Ukiyor is a poke character. Ukiyor is a fucking, yeah. They did him bad. Next, after those two, next is playstyles. Okay, playstyles is very simple. There's really only three that matter for real that you're gonna see. Two of them I do have clips for, one of them I don't. For the first one is turtles. Okay, turtles are essentially people that you might play against where all they do is this. All they do is this. They might catch you, throw a little something like that, go back to blocking. Okay, they're gonna play around their block a lot. They're gonna hold block a long ass time. They're gonna see your whole block. Easy way to do turtles is to just play their game better. Block break them, get poke damage. Most characters, for example, I should pull out Krello. I should do it to you. I'm gonna do it to you. I'm gonna pull out Krello. It's because it's easier to with a character you use that I know you use. It's easier for you to show. Um, Krello skins are just ass. Holy fuck. I mean, his legendary's gold. I guess it's about the fucking best thing he has. Um, but basically, to put it short, okay, Krello essentially has two ways of doing this. Indoor fish is a really way to punish tankers, punish people that are blocking like this. Because it applies infinite pressure, they have to block. So now you can just run into them. I haven't used Crow in a long time, so don't fuck me. But you feel me? You have your little combo extend. Damn, since in that way, I never knew. But you have your little, you can obviously put pressure. Okay, you have your skill hunter, which you can literally pull a guard break out. You know, that's also another thing that really helps with Krello. Literally pull a guard break out the ass. You have this guard break, which are really good. So Krello is just, you know what I'm saying, a good character. When it comes to turtles, your biggest thing is always going to be applying pressure. It's always going to be trying to get as much pressure as possible while also not trying to get too close. You do not want to get punished because you got too aggressive, right? You want to sit here, play your skills very well. You know what I'm saying? You have skills. Why is my skill not looking so? You know what I'm saying? You have skills, use them. Why not? I need to use Krello more. Oh my god, I suck. Hold on. But next is your passive players. Passive players, like as you see in the following clip, Naeem is not making any attacking moves. He's not trying to pressure me. He's just trying to punish me based on what I do. I throw a con at him, he does an evasive, and shit like that. For your aggressive players, as you can see here, I'm fighting Dakari. He misses a counter, and I'm just all hell and ass. I'm just trying to get as much damage as possible because I see an opportunity, and I'm gonna chase that opportunity no matter what. That's basically the difference. Secret techs, which aren't really secret techs, they're kind of just more techs that if you can utilize them very well, depending on your character, you can really get more out of them. For example, I'm gonna use. I mean, Yoriichi is a good character for this, so I'm just gonna pick Yoriichi because Yoriichi really benefits off of it really good. So as you know, with Yoriichi, you have two skills. You have flip. You have all your skills. I don't know why I said that. You have your down smash skill. This is the most important skill. If I'm walking up to you and I go, huh, the easiest way to avoid that is this also a tip for Naeem. Just double jump, dash, pick a direction. Do not go forward. Go backwards to the right or left. This way, when Naeem is full sprinting at you, you can try and get range, get away from him. Naeem doesn't really know how to utilize this, but as you can tell, it isn't true. If I'm M1ing you and I do this, you're obviously going to go green, okay? So the way to utilize this is something we call move stacking. It's how you get extra damage. It's how you somehow get these one combos. So for example, okay, if you do it perfectly at the same time, right? You get this animation where you kind of just say fuck the whole entire thing. You kind of just get like a quick slam. As you can see there, that's pretty much me doing it. Same thing with like flip, for example. Flip isn't really showing, but you can definitely like pull it off a little bit because a lot of the animation is hid there. But down slash is really where like it kind of shows. It's easier to show with grabs, so I'm gonna switch to a grab character. I feel like that'd be easy. For example, One Punch Man, first nigga that came to mind. That character is a simple one, okay? You essentially do need to, for example, the 8 damage. Remember earlier the 8 damage I was talking about from kickbacks. You can combo extend with some kickbacks, and with some grab characters, this is where like everything comes together. You know how kickbacks work. You know they give you the most damage out of a combo extender. You know pattern recognition. You know that this character has the same skills as another character. You also know, move stacking. So you put it all together, and now you get this, which, by the way, that was just one skill, combo extender, damn near half HP. So now what I do, I can figure out I can do this many ways, which this is how you basically figure out one combos with different characters, how you get proficient with them. You just you master these same tricks, you apply them to every character you use, and to the point where you kind of just understand, right? That was a little scuffed, but you get the point, right? You get the point very easy. I feel like Justice Crash can be made true. I just suck dick. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That is one of the main ones. And block baiting. This one was for you. I put this in there for you. Block baiting is essentially this. Okay, I'm gonna do it on here. It's me waiting a second, catching you in your block. Okay, like I do to you all the time. Like I catch you on clip, doing this shit. It's very simple. It just wait a second. Don't wait too long because you will get caught in your shit. But if you wait just the right time, you can get an insta block because people are scared. They panic. Don't become a panic player. Simple as that. It's really easy to do it. Just wait a second, then do the down slam, then do the kickback, then do the up fling, and you're gonna get a block break 90% of the time. Now, the thing about this is that you want to avoid something like this. Don't block. And I take this as in like, if you block, you're not necessarily taking less damage because you just eat a free M1 combo. And you reset the damage drop off that they built up trying to combo you. You got to remember that. The more you're in that combo, the more damage drop off they get. If you get a chance to leave, that's better than taking that fucking extra damage that you're going to take because there's no damage drop off and cooldowns and whatnot. So, just don't block, okay? You need to be more reactive on the blocks. Don't just block out instinct. Because I have you in the air. Don't fucking just block. Don't. When I have you in here, most times, if I'm fiending for a block bait, and this is where, like I said, pattern recognition, all that shit come in hand. The processing speed. You got to process that my combo extenders are gone. I use them all. You have to know what combo extenders. You have to process that they're gone. Then it makes it easier for you to say, he doesn't have no combo extenders. Just take the down slam, reset. Simple. Same thing with these block dummies. If they do that, they can catch me. Easy. They will never get blocked. Never get blocked. Sometimes you can block. Like, for example, that does not mean never block. You need to know. You need to be more reactive, right? Because I can easily just raw ladder you for free damage too. But what stops me from doing that is that people don't fall for that, right? Don't be the person that's stuck in the middle. Because I don't know if it's going to be the clip I used, but I have a clip where I literally am fucking and like I literally don't get the block break, but I get the down tilt because you didn't block. You were scared to block because you thought I was block baiting you. So I got the down tilt and got free damage anyway. I might put it. I don't really care that much. And finally, blocking. I want to talk about blocking and lab work. The final two things. The video is long as fuck. I'm bored. I'm about to go to sleep. It's 1:30 in the morning. I just feel like doing it. I'm gonna edit it, send it to you. You can look at it wherever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like I said. Um, Blocking. Okay. The best way to block, the best technique I use and the best way I do it is like to block for a couple seconds just in case you might throw out something that's blockable, something that I know you have. I block for a couple seconds and I'm always moving. I'm always running. Block, run, block, run, block, run. And based on how you're playing, depending on if you're closer, right? If I'm really close, I block for a second, dash, quick, right, boom. One thing you can do in ABA, which is if you're having an M1 trade with someone, if you dash to the side and hold M1, remember, oh shit, I didn't say that earlier. Probably should have said this earlier. Good thing this is a little tip at the end so that I can know if you went through it or not. If you hold M1, you actually don't have to spam click it. I don't know if you knew that, but it makes doing combos a lot easier because you can just hold it instead of having to click it a bunch of times and shit like that. Fuck with your finger. Hold it. Hold it. It's 10 times better. Do that. Just don't worry about if it's fast or not. Just hold it. I've been doing it for as long as I fucking knew it. Okay. With that being said, if you dash to the side, and hold M1 at the same time. You can do like, you can kind of dash around them, kind of get an angle, kind of pick at their block. It's a very easy thing to do. You should really do that in M1 trades. Be mobile. Be fucking mobile. Don't dash forward. No, dash. Do a little angle joint. Spin your screen. Dash to the side, and as you can see, my cursor, I spin my screen. I get a little flick to it. Get elusive with it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Obviously, when you're first trying to do some people, you might get caught often. But the better you try, the better you're gonna get. All right. Then, like I said, don't block for too long. Block for too long, you're gonna end up like this nigga. Block broken. And you're GG's now. Now you're about to eat. Look how much damage this nigga's about to eat just cause I got the block break. Right? I didn't do shit really. I only did like some basic shit that I just taught you, and he's already pretty much low. Right? And if I had Justice Grass, you're already pretty much fucking dead. Right? So with that being said, learn your own skills. Do it how you fucking want. Everybody learns at their own pace. And like I said, you don't have to look at this video and go to the lab immediately. This is only if you really want to. You really want to be better. You want to gain skill. You want to beat these niggas more. You want to show off your dominance. Put these shits in other games. You can learn other games mechanics, learn other games, the abilities you need to really, you feel me? Everybody has a cap, but most cases, you'll be fine. And for the last thing, which is lab work, is as simple as this. When you're in the lab, come over here, turn on cooldowns, turn off cooldowns. Come here, turn this on. Keep this on. All character shows on, keep this on. Because what this is going to do, it's going to show you the easiest way whether a combo is true or not. Boom, you see, he turns green instantly, right? You want to keep this nigga red for as long as possible. That's how you do it. If he turns green, combo's false, figure out another way to do it. Figure out another way around it, be better. Stop fucking training on dummies. Stop training on these dummies without that on. Don't train on it. I get it. Also, you could just train on a stun dummy. That's a lot of time. You can just do the same thing with these. They're literally the same fucking dummy now. I kid you not. I don't know why they didn't do that to the whole game if that was the point and just adding. It's so stupid. Same thing, you can do the true dummy. True dummy is True dummy is where you got to get techie because true dummy does not allow for any mistakes, right, when you're doing it. But obviously, you have that. You have your, block dummies you can do it on too. But do it on a dummy that's going to punish you if you fuck up. Because if you do it on you're not going to never get better. Because you're not going to ever perfect anything. You need to perfect this shit. I'm not against hitboxes. Make sure you turn on all dummies reset position too. So when you knock them away, they come back and heal. Turn this on too. Obviously, all dummies heal. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah. But that's basically it for real. I think the last thing I want to actually say is that, like, like I said at the start, I do see potential in you. I feel like you could be the best. But you need the right coaching. You need someone to coach you. Now, you could always hit my DM. You could always hit the lab, and I could always teach you in person if this video is too fast, if you didn't understand something. But this is probably the best I can make it at 1:30 in the morning, simply because I was fucking bored. But watch it. You don't. And yeah, I'm gonna